Hey guys, how's it hanging? Charlie here. I thought I would make this video explaining mine and Simba's first LP because this one is a very interesting one, which I haven't seen around that much. We first planned a different series to be our first one, but getting to know this Pokémon ROM changed the plans a bit. You'll see why. We came across the TheNerdySteveShow's channel and the first thing that caught my eye was, of course, a Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. But this one has the twist to it, believe me guys. Are you ready? That is actually a ROM where you can have up to 251 random Pokémon from Gen 1 up to Gen 6 all in one red gameplay. Which means all the sprites are these good looking retro old school ones, even for the newer Pokémons. Since the Pokédex only allows up to 251 Pokémon, it's a matter of luck what you get. Hope we hit the jackpot with this one. I encourage all of you to go to the website and customize your ROM. It can be as randomized as you'd like. I'll go through all the settings explaining them. It will also give you guys a tiny glimpse of what may happen throughout the series. We included every generation released up until now, and gave our Pokédex the highest amount of Pokémon data it can store. Here's where things get a little tricky. You may or may not know that in 1st Gen the subdivision between Special Attack and Special Defense didn't exist, which makes kind of a barrier to use those new Pokémon in the 1st Gen, right? No! This ROM allows you to transform those two stats in various ways. You just have to pick your favorite. We chose Average. I think it means that they get the number from both statuses and then add them up and divide by 2 to get the average for the special stat, but I'm not sure. You can keep your starters or randomize your starter to be Yellow Style, a random basic Pokémon, a random basic 3-stage Pokémon, or just anything from the entire Pokédex, Gen 1 to Gen 6. That's what it chose. Could the odds be against us? We randomized everything down here up until the field items. We'll get there in a second. When we get to the movesets, more options come up. We did make sure all Pokémon will be somehow useful for our team and not just a dupes clause so we don't end up with the same Pokémon. But we didn't choose to start with all 4 moves to kinda give it a challenge against already having a hitting move. Now, the fair random move rules. We struggled to understand this one, but then we figured only having A gems before the game actually gives them to us could mess up with our gameplay. We're okay with those damn broke moves. Gen 1 itself is broke, we all know and love it because of that. Then we randomized completely everything up until the soundtrack. We did get all Gen's soundtrack, but we chose not to mess up with its pitch. God knows if we're having another series of seizures coming from weird pitched songs in the game. Now, the tweaks. We did make sure all Pokémon evolve, even the ones that are locked to trade evolving. We changed that to get all stages of every Pokémon we could possibly encounter. This one is really optional for the Randomized Nuzlocke itself, but we upgraded the types. So yeah, the nightmare is in the house. We're having fairy types in Gen 1. We also added moves introduced in the later generations and upgraded the difficulty of our gym leaders to Yellow mode, which means they're pretty badass to take on. Lastly, the non-bugs. There are still some bugs being fixed in the game, so there are some things we're advised not to do or at least save before doing. These are picking Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee from the dojo, using the daycare and, as the last one, battling Mewtwo. These are the sets for our ROM, but now we have to quickly go through the rules we're applying to our Nuzlocke challenge. In the first place, any Pokémon that faints is considered dead and must be released or put in the Pokémon storage system forever. Second, the player may only catch the first Pokémon encountered in each area and none else. If the first Pokémon encountered faints or flees, there are no second chances. If the first encounter in the area is a double battle, the player may choose which of the Pokémon they would like to catch. While not exactly a definite rule, the general consensus is that players must also nickname all of their Pokémon, for the sake of forming stronger emotional bonds. 4. The player can only use Pokémon they have captured themselves, meaning traded Pokémon, mystery gifts, etc. are forbidden. Trading and retrading the same Pokémon for the purpose of evolving, for example a Graveler, is something of a gray area and may fall under optional rules. 5. A blackout whiteout is considered to be game over even if there are Pokémon left in the PC. No voluntarily resetting and reloading the game when things go wrong. Being able to do so would render all of the other rules pointless. So, let the games begin.